Thanks for tuning into Hardstone Media, where we use our superpower of hindsight to rewrite movies and TV series.
Now for the final story in our Star Wars Rewritten series, Episode 3, Fall of the Jedi. The Clone Wars are over. With the destruction of Count Dooku's cloning facility, the Separatist armies have been overpowered by the new Imperial Army of the Republic. However, there is unease throughout the galaxy as tensions between humans and aliens grow. The new Emperor and his ally, Grand Moff Tarkin, have publicly blamed alien races for the Clone Wars, fueling anti-alien violence throughout human worlds, along with revenge attacks from alien terrorists. To prevent all-out war, Obi-Wan Kenobi heads to the cloning world of Kamino in an effort to find evidence against the new Emperor and free the Republic from his grip. Obi-Wan flies into the Kamino atmosphere. Obi-Wan leaves his ship and passes through the Kamino checkpoint. As he does, Obi-Wan uses a data card which reads out Ben Kenobi. Directly behind him is Sharad Het, who also uses a fake ID card. Once through, the two meet and Obi-Wan congratulates Sharad on the quality of the false ID cards. They travel through the city and Sharad scouts out the entrance to the cloning facility, whilst Obi-Wan visits a droid shop to purchase an astromech droid, R2-D2. He takes the droid with him, but its programming doesn't allow it to break Imperial protocol codes. He takes off its restraining bolt and uploads a hack given to him, freeing the droid from its restricted programming. Once the upload is complete, R2-D2 gives a squeal in excitement. Sharad returns to Obi-Wan with the location of the secret cloning facility, along with some uniforms that he has acquired. They use a fake access card to get into the facility, but as they arrive at the main hall, that access card doesn't work. They continue to try unsuccessfully until R2-D2 rolls up and opens the door straight away. They travel through the hallways, avoiding random ID checks, using mind tricks and stealth to avoid detection. They arrive at the main data terminal, where Obi-Wan tries to use another stolen data card to access the main terminal, but it doesn't work. He tries it over and over, but it continues to fail. Two guards notice this and approach him due to his suspicious behaviour. As they get closer, Sharad and Obi-Wan reach for their weapons, ready to attack, when R2-D2 rolls away, acting erratically, beeping, squealing and spinning in circles. Obi-Wan tells the guards that his droid is malfunctioning. The guards turn towards the out-of-control droid, and as they do, Obi-Wan uses the Force to take their data cards and access the computer. The droid then returns to normal as Obi-Wan replaces the guards' cards without them noticing and apologizes for his droid. Obi-Wan and Sharad search through the records until they find the file on Tarkin's Stormtrooper program. Obi-Wan looks down at his communicator, waiting for an update from his contact in the capital. Sharad remarks that he hopes they get the code in time, or this will all be for nothing. Meanwhile on Coruscant, Padme is hiding in the main palace where she spies on Palpatine as he leaves his main chamber, being escorted by Anakin. Anakin leads Palpatine and the Praetorian Guard through the halls. Meanwhile, Padme looks down at her screen and waits until it lights up with a message. She then sneaks through the palace and uses a stolen Imperial data card to access Palpatine's private chamber. As she inserts the card, she closes her eyes with trepidation, expecting alarms to go off. But there are no alarms. The door opens and she sneaks in. She searches through Palpatine's office to find a specific data file. After some time, she finds the file she was looking for and sends the code through her communicator. Obi-Wan and Sharad are waiting. Then finally the code comes through. They use the code to access private records on Kamino, proving Palpatine and Tarkin ordered clones before the Clone Wars and used them on Naboo. They begin downloading them onto a data card. However, the download takes time, and the guards now return, even more suspicious than ever. Obi-Wan finally gets the data downloaded and removes the card, just as the guards raise their blasters and order him to freeze. Obi-Wan raises his hand to use a Jedi mind trick, but Sharad instantly takes out his blaster and shoots them both. Obi-Wan looks across with disbelief, Why did you do that? Sharad points behind him at a column of stormtroopers. We've been exposed. An alarm sounds as the two make a run for it with R2 in pursuit. More guards and stormtroopers are alerted and the two fight their way through the corridors, with R2-D2 helping close doors behind them. They manage to flee through the streets of Kamino, through panic crowds, and make it safely back to their ship, escaping Kamino under fire. On their way back to Coruscant, Obi-Wan remarks that R2-D2 is quite useful. Obi-Wan follows up with praise for Sharad, for all the help he's given them during this mission, that they couldn't have done it without him, and he's proud of Sharad. Sharad is deeply moved by this, nearly to tears, and the two have an open conversation about what happened in the past. Obi-Wan admits his mistakes, and that he never cared about the war or glory, that the most important thing to him was always Sharad and Anakin. The two embrace as friends again. Palpatine is being escorted through the skylanes of Coruscant with a large contingent of bodyguards when an explosion occurs underneath his speeder, sending it out of control and skidding to a halt in the streets below. Praetorian guards dressed in all red flood the area to protect Palpatine, being led by Anakin Skywalker. As the group travel through the streets seeking safety, they are ambushed. A variety of alien commandos descend on them, firing weapons, but Anakin and the guards are too powerful and take them all out. Then the city is flooded with stormtroopers who clear all surrounding streets and buildings. Palpatine praises Anakin as truly the greatest Jedi. Later, Tarkin addresses the Senate and announces there will be more security in the Senate to help protect senators and the Emperor after yet another alien terrorist attack on the Republic. Later, Obi-Wan and Sharad arrive on Coruscant and meet with Padme. They discuss the evidence that they have, and that after all the dead ends that they've been following up, they finally have what they need to prove that Palpatine and Tarkin were behind the invasion of Naboo and the Clone Wars. Sharad states that they can take this to the Jedi Council and have him arrested. Padme disagrees and tells him that this is a political matter and not a Jedi matter, and she will present it with allied senators. Obi-Wan agrees that it is up to the Senate to remove him, and that the Jedi will support this, but if they found evidence of Palpatine being a Sith Lord, that would force the Jedi to take action without the Senate. As they finish their discussions, a cloaked figure emerges from the shadows and tells them, "You should be more careful what you say in these halls. You never know who's listening." The group freeze momentarily, but then Padme smiles, approaching the figure and hugging him. Obi-Wan smiles, shaking his head. "Anakin, you need to stop doing that." Padme thanks him for getting access to the palace and the fake data access cards. Obi-Wan also congratulates him that his undercover work has been invaluable, and he's been tremendous in helping them find out the Emperor's secrets. Padme's hand lightly touches Anakin's, just out of view of Obi-Wan, but he senses both their feelings. "Anakin, remember you may be undercover, but you're still a Jedi, and you still need to hold to the Jedi principles." Anakin is annoyed and pulls his hand away from Padme. "Sorry, Master." Sharad laughs and reminds Padme that he isn't a Jedi and doesn't follow their rules. Anakin, now more annoyed, changes the subject and asks who are the senators Padme is working with. Padme tells them the less everyone knows, the better, and Obi-Wan backs her up, saying it's safest for everyone. Afterwards, Padme and Obi-Wan meet with 3 senators to discuss their plans, including Bail Organa, Mon Mothma, and Garm Bel Iblis. They discuss that many of the human systems, especially core systems, are behind Palpatine, but that this evidence will turn them against him and open up a vote of no confidence. Organa agrees and volunteers to second Padme's motion in the Senate. Mon Mothma asks how they got this information. Padme refuses to reveal their source and insists that the less everyone knows, the better. Obi-Wan assures them that the Jedi Council will support the will of the Senate if Palpatine refuses to leave. As they finish, Obi-Wan begins to leave when R2-D2, who's been following him, interrupts with a beep and a squeal. Obi-Wan laughs. He'd almost forgotten about the droid. He asks if Organa can take care of him, and that the droid was very useful in getting out of tight situations. Organa agrees. As he leaves, the droid follows reluctantly. Soon after, Padme and Anakin meet up again. Padme is upset about what Obi-Wan said about them, that they can't be together. Anakin consoles her and tells her that he will never leave her. no matter what Obi-Wan or the Jedi Council say. He continues that they'll keep their relationship a secret, like they have been doing. They just need to be careful. She pulls out her ring. Looking down at it, she laments that she can't wear it. Anakin tells her that maybe once this is all over and order is restored to the galaxy, they can start a new life together and leave the politics and the Jedi behind. Padme smiles and kisses him passionately. She looks deep into his eyes and tells him she needs to tell him something. As she's about to start, Anakin gets a call from Obi-Wan that they need to attend the Jedi Council immediately. He asks Padme if they can talk about it later, but senses her feelings. She brushes it off. Don't worry, we'll talk about it later. Just go save the galaxy. Anakin reluctantly leaves and promises they'll talk about it when he gets back. Obi-Wan and Anakin arrive at the Jedi Council and are asked about their activities. Obi-Wan reveals that they have evidence of Palpatine and Tarkin's activities before and during the Clone Wars and will present this to the Senate. The Jedi Council confirmed that they will support the outcome if necessary. Obi-Wan continues that he suspects Palpatine is a Sith Lord. The Council are astounded by his claim, dismissing it at first, highlighting that the Sith have been extinct for 1,000 years. Then Mace Windu interrupts and states that the Council has been noticing a growing disturbance in the Force, that this disturbance might be explained by the re-emergence of the Sith. The Council now become more solemn and reflect on this, considering Windu's words. They announce that, though unlikely, this should be investigated. They tell Obi-Wan that Anakin must not finish his mission as he's not strong enough with the Force to resist the possible temptation of a Sith. Obi-Wan disagrees and tells him that no one else could get close to Palpatine as he was specifically asked to join Palpatine's personal guard, and they'll never find out if the Sith have taken control of the Republic if Anakin isn't involved. The Council reluctantly agrees, but warn Anakin that if Palpatine is a Sith, he will try to turn him to the dark side of the Force, and that he must resist, as it will only bring him pain and misery. Before leaving, they notice Anakin's feelings and the growing fear and anger within him. They forbid him from seeing Padme anymore, as it's against the Jedi way and is pulling him to the dark side. Anakin tries to deny it, but they tell him they can sense his feelings and he can't hide it from them. Anakin accepts their decision and leaves. Outside the council chambers, Obi-Wan explains to Anakin why it's so dangerous for him to grow feelings for Padme, and for him to remember the words of Yoda about attachment and how it can be used to manipulate him. Anakin reluctantly agrees and leaves as Obi-Wan looks on with concern.
Thanks for watching part 1 of Fall of the Jedi. We'll look to get part 2 out soon, if it's not already there on the right hand side. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.